Welcome back to Buff's Garage. I'm back at the family farm with the free GTP. It's not happy, so we've got a lot of stuff to do to it to get it winter ready. And of course I waited until the cold front hit this week to tackle it. A couple of things going on. You guys remember when I got the free GTP and the transmission was acting up? Yeah, I didn't fix it. I just kept going. It's about time I go ahead and service this transmission because it's acting up again. I also have a charging issue. I got a belt slipping issue. I've got a temperature issue. The thermostat in this car doesn't work, which is great driving it in the summer, but not so great in the winter. I also have a dual climate control system that one side's hot, one side's cold, and that makes for a fun drive, depending on which side of the car you're on. So just lots of little stuff. And this is the only shop I have available that has hard floors, but still no heat. So I guess let's dive in and see what we can figure out before I freeze to death. So when I got the free GTP, the owner was telling me there were issues with the transmission, and he wasn't sure if I needed to look into a new transmission or what the issue is. Well, I obviously made it home on that trip. We've driven all over the place in this car, including to No Name Nationals where we raced the car, and everything seemed fine. Fast forward, now it's winter, and it seems like only when it's cold does everything go wrong. So now I've got to brave the cold and dig into this thing and see what it is that's going on, and hopefully figure out how to fix it. So cold. Just as I suspected. The fluid is there, but it is still the color of really watered down coffee. So we know that's part of the problem. I assume the filter's clogged because I'm hearing the pump suck air. I assume the alternator's going out and the belt is slipping because it's not doing the chargy thing, and I can see the belt slip whenever you kind of get on it. So let's see how much we can get done in the short time I have available, if I don't freeze to death. Brr. With the car up in the air, now it's time to get under there, drain that transmission fluid, take a look at everything, replace the filter and fluid, and hope that prolongs the inevitable, which is a full transmission replace. With my dad's old catch pan in place, we went ahead and pulled a few bolts out and started letting it drain. As you can tell, the color is just magnificent. Get a closer look at that color. Maybe just a little bit of stuff on the magnet there. Not sure if this has ever been changed in its entire life. It's got about 160,000 miles on it now. Yeah, I guess we'll clean it up and see what we can do to improve the whole situation. As you can see, that looks a lot more like motor oil than it does trans fluid. So it's probably just a little bit overdue. So I went to my local O'Reilly's and picked up a new Wix filter. Sure, it's going to clog up just as quickly as the cheaper version, but you know, every little bit helps. One thing you have to remember to do is there's a little collar that fits on your filter to seal it to the transmission so that it can suck all the juices up, get it into the transmission. Well, don't forget, when you pull that filter out, you got to pull that little collar, and sometimes it doesn't come willingly. The new kit does come with a new collar, but sometimes you got to get a little creative. And I've always had pretty good luck with a straight blade screwdriver or a small chisel and just whack away with the tappy tap until it kind of deforms, and then you can just pry it right out. but it does have a little seal at the end of it. Really important to get that out, get the new one in place, and get it tapped up to where it goes. And then the filter will slide right in there. This Wix kit also comes with a new pan gasket. Make sure it matches up with the one you took off the pan. All right, let's put this all back together. Now to prep my pan and gasket, you do not need RTV or anything like that on there. I use just a tiny hint just to help hold the gasket in place, because the gasket does do all the work. Once you got it where you want it, you now reinstall it back into the car, torque all of your bolts to spec, and fill it up. All right, with it back on the ground, got a funnel in place. I'm gonna go ahead and fill it up with fluid, then fire it up and see if we got any leaks. And then hopefully we can test it out and see if it works again. All right, now that we've filled up the transmission, went ahead and pulled the thermostat housing off the engine there. Did a little bit of razor blade cleanup. Didn't figure y'all want to really watch somebody scrape gasket. That's worse than watching paint dry. So whether or not it was working, I don't know, but this is the thermostat out of the car. It is a 190. One of the things you have to understand about GM is they just like to throw the same part in every vehicle. But the problem is when you throw a supercharger on there, it doesn't like those 190-degree temps. The whole car just doesn't like it very much. And every forum I went to said put in the 180 or even lower if you can find one. So since I live in the Midwest and we do deal with winter, I went ahead and got the 180. That'll hopefully keep the temps on the engine up high enough that it keeps everything flowing, keeps heat going on the inside, as well as, you know, does the operational open and close where the old one didn't. I mean, my temps were running 160, 165 all the time. Winter, summer, didn't matter. That's not where it's supposed to be, obviously. So I'm going to go ahead and replace this one, get the new gasket in there, get that torqued to spec, top off that system, then fire everything up, get it all warmed up, and hopefully the transmission works and the thermostat works, and just hopefully things work. All right, got the new 180 thermostat installed. Got my housing with my gasket on there. Put all this back together, hook it all back up, top it off, and let's see what happens. So went ahead and got the thermostat back on. Got everything tightened back down. Check this bleeder to make sure it worked before I tightened everything down, because that would really suck to find out that the bleeder was seized. So we got that done. Now I just got to fill it up, bleed off any air, and hopefully I have some heat again. Everything looks to be buttoned up. Let's fire this thing up and see if we have any leaks. Well, it's burning off a little bit of the coolant that landed on the exhaust. You know, bad placement and all, but so far I don't see any leaks. So I guess we got to test drive it. Well, so far so good. The operating temp came up. This is usually clear down here by the 160 mark. It is slowly climbing up. So I think it's doing its job. It already feels warmer in here. Yeah, I guess we're going to take her for a drive. Well, just taking it around the yard here, already improved. So when I was driving, it was doing a whining sound like the power steering pump was going out, but I know the power steering pump wasn't the problem because the transmission would then let go, and it feel like you're in neutral. And from what I understand, that's the transmission fluid pump sucking air, and it apparently was. It does not sound like that now. Look at that. Temp gauge is up. Lots and lots of improvements. So let's go clean up that shop, put it out on the highway and see if it really does well. Well, I'm on the gravel road and headed back home. It seems to be running pretty good. I don't feel any surging, or it's not giving me all neutrals, which is what I was dealing with earlier. So far, so good. And the temp is now up where it should be, finally. I can feel the warmth in the car, so that's a happy feeling. All right, so put a few more miles on this thing, see how it goes, and I'll update you on whether or not the fix works. Well, I've got about 20 miles on it so far. So far, I've had no issues, and the temps are just where they should be on the thermostat. That's awesome. Love seeing that. And the transmission's doing transmission stuff. So far, nothing to get too alarmed about. I do have another probably 100 or so miles left to go, so I'll watch for any issues as I'm going, and if there are any, I'll update you. If there's not, I'll let you know when I'm at home. Did you think I was going to make it home? I wasn't so sure. But in fact, I did make it home. And I gotta tell you, the transmission is 100 times better than it was. But it's still not right. So I'm not quite sure what's going on. If I've got a fluid issue, a pump issue, I've got a gear going out because I'm basically losing fourth gear. Or if the torque converter is not locking up, I don't really know. What I do know is that it will run and drive highway speed. It now gets up to temp, which is great. Wasn't doing that before. But now I got to fix the alternator. I know the alternator's going out. I went ahead and got a new belt for that. So let's tackle that real quick, and then I got to get inside, pull the dash apart. Got to do the whole mechanic yoga underneath the dash to get the little blend door motor changed out. It's not a fun job, and I'm losing daylight. So I guess I'll do the part that I'm okay doing and then figure out the other later. Looks pretty self-explanatory, so I'll get some tools and start wrenching this apart. Find the tensioner pulley. There it is. See what size it is. Not that one. That's the one. There we go. All right. Go ahead and take the alternator loose. Okay, this is just one of multiple bolts that seem to be holding it on. We're at that point. We need to take the battery power off. There we go. I just removed the negative, because if it doesn't have a way to circuit, then it's fine. It's not going to do anything. Okay, let's get back here. Yeah, and that's a whole different nut, because we can't do the same thing. We got to use a different one on every piece. Yeah, that's going to be a 12. Take it back. It was a 13. How much tighter did you need that? I think you might have overdone it. Just a bit. Ow! My back. I got out the big tool for this. Now you always want to pry on your supercharger so that you break it, because that's the cheapest part on the car. Not really. No good place to pry. Thanks, Jim. But let's be clear, it's not going to just fall out. There we go. Now I can get in between the alternator and the bracket. Is there more? There is. Holy shit. How am I supposed to get to that one? Who came up with this garbage? Dear God, why do we have to have 16 bolts holding this shit together? If the first two ain't gonna do it, it ain't gonna matter. All day long. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it was any good or not, but no reason to worry about it. Okay, now that those are all tight, I can hook the charging wire back up. And it has a lock washer and a nut, unlike the original, or whatever one it was that I took off of here, original or not. All right, I got my safety boot back in place. I can hook my negative back up, but before we do anything, I've got to put the new belt on, and it looks like it's going to be a doozy with no real room to work. And a blower serpentine belt that's different, that's in the way. Let's look at this belt routing. Oh yeah, piece of cake. Yep, that's what I thought. Looks like we're gonna have to take the blower belt off. She's maxed out, Captain. There we go. It's not so bad. Probably wouldn't have hurt to grab one of those too, but I didn't. Okay, that goes to our AC, which is down there. Hey, come on. Let go, you. There's nothing down there for you. Now, an old trick to go ahead and wad this up, throw it in the trunk. You never know. Yeah, this one's got nicks and cracks, but if you lose a belt, you at least have something. Oh yeah, should have grabbed the other one. Of course, the fun part of any belt replacement is just how easy it is to get to it. And, you know, just how simple the routing is. Oh wait, this tells me. Okay, fine. I know this one's got to go down here, and it doesn't like this hose. Oh yeah, I need a new lower radiator hose. Awesome. That's good to know. Yeah, that looks impossible to get to. It says to go this way. We need to go that way. Come on. With the program. So much fun. Where did that go? How about milk? A big old bottle of milk. Well, I either did something wrong or the belt's too small. Everything I see says that I did it right, but it's definitely not happy. Make better choices, it says. Well, I'm doing what I can do. Let's see here. Well, we're going for try like 15 at this point. I'm just starting to think that this belt is too small. Ouch! Success! Alright, one belt down. Guys, remind me to fix this lower radiator hose. It's got a nick in it. So far it's not going to destroy anything, but that's not going to last like that. So remind me. Hell, put it in the comments below. That'll remind me. I'll see your comment and go, oh, that's right, I need to do that. Thanks for reminding me. The supercharger belt has an idler and a tensioner. Yeah, we gotta do both. Let's go here. Come on. Come on. That did nothing. Let me do this. Yep. You go there. Yep. You go there. And then you silly monkey, go to this other idler. No. Get back on there. You're getting too anxious. You don't want to go up there yet. You want to go here first. There you go. Go to that one. Go to that one. Okay. Everybody in your spots? Doesn't look like it. That's hung up on something. What are we hung up on? There. The off a rib. I like that better. Okay. Now we adjust our tensioner ever so delicately. Trust me, if I could do it with a hammer, I would. Come on, blower. Oh. And installed. All right. No extra parts. That's pretty good. With any belt install, it's good to go ahead and fire it up. Make sure that the belts aren't going to just fly off. I figured while we're here, we might as well go ahead and put in the new LED headlights that Auxito sent me. I think that's how you pronounce it. But either way, let's put them in. I've only had them sitting in the trunk of the car for like ever. It came with these some kind of ballast, I don't know, wiring adapters basically to go in this car. And then, oh, there's the new Auxito LED light bulbs. This is the 9007 bulb. Comes with some gloves, some instructions, and look at that. Let's just go right to screwing this up. Figure out how to take my headlight out. Am I gonna have to pull the... Yeah, looks like I'm gonna have to pull the sides off too. That looks fun. Oh, there you go, box. Do something good for me. Be a bolt holder. Oh, fun. Awesome. Well, that's supposed to be a screw, it looks like, that holds it. Maybe? One really long screw later. There we go, that comes out. Did it go sideways? Yep, that's the one. Okay, oh, well, that had just popped right out, so I guess it was time. That wasn't even clipped in. Perfect. I did have a fog light go out, and I hit up Auxito to get a matching set for my headlights. I like them all to be the same color. Well, crap on a stick. Come out of there. Let's just reroute you. Nope, okay. Never mind then. We're just gonna be that way. Well, I don't want to break the part that I have to reuse. Oh, well, that's gone forever. Seriously though, I'm gonna need that back. So we know this wiring harness has to go in. Let's see how that's gonna work. Whoops. Really? Twice? Alright. Yeah, that looks good. Like that, yeah. Yep. Yeah, we're not mounting that. Not happening. Alright. Since we just did some pretty extensive work, get our white gloves on. They won't be white here in a minute. Alright. Surgery has started. Okay, well, comparison, you can see the difference. Let's see how it looks. Oh, let's see if it even fits. Let's start there. Yeah, it fit. And then we know we got to do this. Now, this plugs in to the new bulb because it has a different style harness. No, it doesn't. That plugs into the new bulb so that you can have this LED piece in between. And now we got to figure out how to get this whole mess back in here. Make room for everything. You can go in there. You have to go back in here. That's, yeah, no, right. Come on. There you go. That's where I found you. You get down there. Hey, come on now, play nice. We all got to go to the same place here. Let's figure this out together. You in there. Uh-huh. Yep. You in there. Okay. Oh, Lord. I think, oh, yeah, there we go. Whew. No, at no fault of Auxito, that was a little more work than I expected. Their part went flawlessly. The GrandPrix, however, was a little bit more picky. Quickly running out of daylight. So the hardest part is getting this long screw all the way down to the bottom and lining it up. Well, you're probably wondering a couple things. Number one, why don't I have the light back together? Number two, what's he going to do with those zip ties? And number three, why haven't I replaced these headlights yet? Well, the short answer is because they're brittle. They're really old. This thing wouldn't line back up, and I was trying desperately to get it to, and in the process all it did was break the plastic tabs that hold it in place. So the top one had broken when I took the screw out. The bottom one cracked putting it back in. So we're just gonna have to get new headlights. They're old and just really, really fragile. So that's on the agenda soon. Anybody out there, if you make replacement headlights, not the cheap crappy plastic ones that turn yellow after a year, but ones that at least last me a good 20 years, hit me up, buffsgarage@gmail.com. Alright, well, since we destroyed one, let's jump to the other one and see if we can get it done. Or break it too. At this point I've completely run out of light. Yep, this one's already got a little crack started too. So I'm going to be really careful. Make sure I crack it even more. Obviously I need new headlight lenses, but I can tell you just by looking at them they're a lot brighter than they were. So if you head over to buffsgarage.com, order you a t-shirt, a hoodie, I even got the t-shirt underneath. We've got all the merch in-house now. We're doing it ourselves so we can definitely keep track of quality control. We can also make sure that all the orders are going out and they're shipping from right here in the USA, Grand Lake, Oklahoma. So you need to jump on board, get you some merch right now so that I can afford to get me some new headlights. Maybe we'll get some new lenses for this to go with our new beautiful Auxito LED bulbs. Hey Auxito, I need some fog lights to go with them. Alright guys, so I've run out of daylight, so I won't be able to fix that blend door under the dash. Dang it. But hopefully by the next time you see this car, I'll have that replaced and working. But I think we got a lot done in a short amount of time to get this car basically ready for winter and, you know, just better than it was. It's all little baby steps, and you can do it too. Just grab a wrench and go do it. You're not going to get your car fixed sitting on the couch. But you know what? If you are sitting on the couch, tune in to Buff's Garage. Enjoy all the videos. Click subscribe, hit the notification bell, and put a comment down below because it helps the whole algorithm. I'm out on the road in the free GTP. By the way, the thermostat is doing great. This new thermostat has got the temps up, got the interior warm. The car's running a little better. But I'm out on the road, headed to collaborate with another YouTuber that you know very well. And I think we're gonna have some fun. Stick around. You never know what's gonna happen here at Buff's Garage. So the free GTP made it all the way to Pole Barn Garage, where we're about to tear apart a van. It's so clean. We're in half winter mode here. Let's see what's into the car. Oh, look at that. Vet card, anyone? So this was the original plan, but I think the plans have changed to that tan one back there. But first we got to steal an engine out of one that's out there. Well, it's a lot colder here than when I left Oklahoma. It was like 50 degrees in Oklahoma. And now it's raining here too. Combined together, wet, cold, rainy. Welcome to Pole Barn Garage. While he's getting the jump pack on the van, I think we should go ahead and tag it with one of the new Buff's Garage stickers I just got in, which you can check out on my merch site, buffsgarage.com. So the score of the night is this wonderful heater box, which, as you remember on Brian Van Tana, got destroyed from the deer hitting the front. And anyway, if you watch Pole Barn Garage video on this 4x4 V8 454 / van swap, you're gonna see maybe me tearing this out just to save it for Van Tana. So here it is. It exists. All right, back to the video. Well, I'm here in Afton, Oklahoma. Right here is Route 66 going along behind us. And I've got Swanny. You guys know him from Pole Barn Garage. He went up north and rescued Swanny. And I bet you're wondering why I have this truck. Well, I kind of traded the free GTP for it. I always wanted a square body. And this one's got the 454, so pretty cool truck. Actually, what really happened is the free GTP kind of lost its transmission when I went up to Dalton's, and he was nice enough to let me borrow Swanny to get home, run my errands, and then I can go back and get the free GTP, bring it home, and hopefully fix it. But let me walk you around Swanny real quick. I'll just put a little self-tapper in that, and that ought to fix that. He gave me a bed full of scrap. Not sure if you recognize any of these things, but I tried selling them on eBay. Didn't get a lot of bids for them. So I think what I'm going to do is clean old Swanny up, get him ready for the next, scrapyard run for the inevitable scrap that's going to happen at Pole Barn Garage. And, maybe even fix a few things. But give him back to Dalton, hopefully better than I got him. Definitely with more fuel than he had before. And heck, I might even vacuum the floors. I don't know. So I think I'm going to take Swanny to the local scrapyard, see if I can't get this stuff out of the back of the truck. And before I do that, I want to give a few shout outs. Auxito, those guys are helping me out with lights for the free GTP. When and if I ever get that car back. Busted Radio Garage, thanks buddy, sent me a 52-piece socket set. That'll help me on my, reviving drives or just to get home. And then Lugnut guys, those guys sent me some parts and of course a big banner and everything else, but I just want to give a shout out to them. They've been awesome in supporting the channel. So let's head to the scrapyard. There's so much miscellaneous stuff in here. I don't know if it has value or not. Obviously it is metal, so metal has value, but reality is I'm just trying to empty the bed for him. I'm not trying to make any money, although if I do make some money, I'll give it back to him. So let's see what a bed full of scrap is worth. Here's the problem with scrap yards. I would much rather be taking stuff out of here, but it's not our goal today. So let's see what we can do. Okay, we got our marching orders. Said look for the big grapple. So I think that's, yeah, one or the other. That looks like one. That looks like one. A hell of an engine right there. Oh, poor cars. I'm sure they were good for something. Well, anyway, once somebody comes out here and tells me where to go, we'll start getting this stuff cleared off. Alright, we got our guy here. He's gonna put me right where he wants me. All had value to you guys, but you didn't want it, so here it goes. So the guy that runs the grappler helped me empty out the back, and we didn't use the grappler. We did it by hand because there was a lot of cool stuff in there. Maybe almost threw away his jack, but we got that figured out. And I think all the rest was scrap, most everything there. They even were nice enough to separate out the starter motors and anything electric, because apparently they get more money for that. So we're gonna weigh out and then we'll go in here and see what these motors are worth. Either way, these guys are awesome. So I want to thank these guys. They're out of Afton, Oklahoma, right on Route 66. We'll see what our weight totals are here, and then we'll go around front and unload those electric motors. And here we go. that, we went to the scrapyard and actually made some money. That's pretty cool. No, I'm not going to keep Dalton's money. I'll give Dalton his money back. But I'm sure he'll just buy tacos and twisted tea with it. So maybe I should hold on to it just to be responsible. I don't know. Either way, that was a fun adventure. Now to get the truck, and I'm going to take it back to Dalton and switch back out. Because as much fun as it is to drive the Squarebody, I kind of miss the gas mileage of the GTP. But we just got to figure out that minor little transmission thing. But I'll figure it out. You guys know I will. All along Route 66, these towns don't have the kind of traffic they used to have, and so they just die out. Now there's some hope out there for these little towns. There's grants and things like that to kind of revitalize and bring back to life, but unfortunately the little town of Afton, Oklahoma just hasn't seen any kind of real boost. Now there's plans on the books for a amusement park just outside of Afton. Actually, it's considered Veneta, Oklahoma, even though it's kind of in between Veneta and Afton. But the plans are for a very large amusement park to go in, and basically it's just an open field right now. So it'll be interesting to see if that ever comes through, you know, to see if they actually ever do it. I just hope that there's some Route 66 nostalgic type stuff there, but that's if they ever actually get it done. If that shows up, little towns like Afton may get revitalized. It may have some traffic and income to bring the town back, which would be really cool. Well, yesterday when I was driving back from the scrapyard, Swanny decided to eject that door trim right off of itself. And so I kind of retraced my steps. To make sure, you know, if it is there, I might be able to find it. So, driving along, I thought I spotted it. Let's see if I found it. Ladies and gentlemen, there it is. Swanny's door trim. Guess I should have self-tapered it a little bit sooner. But we got it now, so we'll put it back on the truck, or at least in the truck for now, and let Dalton decide its fate. Now let's get back to Swanny and get back on the road. Hey Swanny, look, I found your part. Are you happy, Swanny? Well, of course you're happy. Show me you're happy, Swanny. Okay, it's time to get back on the road. Well, Swanny made it this far. We're traveling Route 66, about to turn north and start headed towards the family farm so I can grab the RV for the trailer, put Swanny on the trailer, commute him all the way up to Dalton's. And the only reason why I'm putting Swanny on a trailer is so I can have a trailer to put the GTP on my way home. Well, Swanny and I made it back to the family farm, so we're gonna grab the RV, unhook this trailer from here, hook it to the RV, put Swanny on the trailer, ratchet strap everything down, and go to Pole Barn Garage. Camera keeps dying, but well, Swanny's all loaded up. RV is running like a champ, so let's head to Kansas City. Well, just crossed into Missouri. It's windy as all get out, which is hard for an RV. But here we are in Missouri, checking the straps, everything's good on Swanny. Gonna grab a pit stop and then keep on motoring to Pole Barn Garage. Well, Swanny and I made it back to Pole Barn Garage. I'm here to pick up the free GTP. As much fun as it was to swap into a Squarebody for a while, it's just not the most practical vehicle for me right now. So I'll get the GTP back and we'll start trying to assess the situation on the transmission, and hopefully, maybe, I don't know. It'd be nice if I could figure out what's wrong with it other than just, oh, it's burned up. But I got a few leads out there on a replacement transmission, and with that I hope that I don't have to pull this one, but if I do, maybe it's time for an upgrade. I don't know. I'm gonna miss Swanny. I'm really gonna miss Swanny. There's just nothing like driving a square body truck, I gotta tell you. So yeah, so I'm gonna make this thing run and heck, maybe even drive. I don't know. It didn't the other day. It's made of engine, so hopefully somewhere in this there's motivation to go. But no co-boost. That's not a good sound. Well, it almost made it, but the muddy tires, you know, it tried to go into boost mode, and muddy tires plus metal trailer equals slippage, and when your transmission's already unhappy, now it's not moving. So I'm gonna give it a minute and see if it fires up and crawls its happy butt up the trailer. If not, that's what we have Swanny for. Well, sorry you missed it, but I'm not doing it again. I don't know if the car hates me, the camera, something ain't right today, because I was able to get a running start, get the car up on the trailer, which is awesome. And now my power window on the driver's side doesn't work anymore. So here it is raining in Missouri, and I've got 3 hours to drive south in the rain, and the window doesn't roll up. Perfect. All right, well, let's strap this hog down and get it home. Well, if I thought the glass would, you know, not break, I'd just put a self-tapper in it, but I'm just about fed up with this car. So we'll try the next best thing, duct tape. See if that'll hold it up. High quality, semi-discreet duct tape to the rescue. Guess we'll strap this thing down and get the heck out of here. The free GTP needs to find itself a new transmission, and I don't know, who knows what else. Well, if you follow me on Instagram at Buff's Garage, you'll remember that I brought the old Hawaiian shirt once I was headed this way the first time. And I did make it here, but we went straight to work last time, which you're going to see on an episode of Pole Barn Garage. But never got to put on the Hawaiian shirt. I didn't want to get it dirty. And in the meantime, you keep watching Buff's Garage. And of course, check out Pole Barn Garage, who's not here right now. I just had a brilliant idea. If I were going to steal the holy goat, this would be the time. Unfortunately, there's a vet cart in the way, and the battery for the holy goat is currently in Swanny, so that's not going to happen. Plus, truth is, if I ever actually want to drive the goat, I'm sure he'd just willingly give me the keys. Wait, he doesn't have keys. I'm sure he'd willingly let me tootle it around the yard. Because, yeah. Anyway, that's about all I've got for this episode. It was great hanging out with Dalton, being able to start the project on the 4x4 van. Just when that comes out, it's all going to come out as one video. So you guys be ready, enjoy that video. And you know, it's unfortunate the old free GTP took a crap on me, but it's always good to have friends with lots of cars. And honestly, it was pretty awesome to drive a Squarebody for a few days. So special thanks to Dalton for putting up with me and loaning me your truck. And thank you to everyone else for hitting up buffsgarage.com and getting you some merch, subscribing, hitting those likes, and don't forget to comment below. We'll catch you next time on Buff's Garage. Hey, look who's really cleaning up after us.
I'll look after it.
Thanks, Jessi.